Director at the Cole County Health Department. There was two key points I wanted to emphasize today. Number one is our second dose event tomorrow at the link. There's been some confusion about where that second dose event is going to be held, and it will be at the link, and it's for those individuals that received their first dose of Pfizer at the March 19th event at the link. So it was the education staff and elected officials, and we want to make sure that everyone knows to come back at the same time or around the same time as your appointment was on March 19th, tomorrow at the link. The second thing I wanted to emphasize was that our Cole County Community Central Vaccination Site will be opening at Capitol Mall on Monday, April 12th. The hours for that site will be 9 to 3. For the first few days, we will be appointment only, but we hope to open up some walk-in hours very soon. The events are live on the covidvaccine.mo.gov website, so individuals now can go register on the Vaccine Navigator and receive a patient ID and quickly register for an appointment next week. We still plan to have 1,000 appointments every day, Monday through Thursday, so we'll be doing 4,000 doses per week. Next week, we know we have the Pfizer vaccine, so if you schedule your appointment for next week, know that you will need to come back in 3 weeks for a second dose of the Pfizer vaccine. So tomorrow at the link, Monday we start at the Capitol Mall location. Lots of information on our website, colehealth.org, and register for an appointment at the covidvaccine.mo.gov website. Next, we'll go to Dr. Haight with the Capital Region Medical Center.
Everyone, the number of patients at Capital Region in hospital remains very low. Most of the time we're having 0 to 3, with most of the time having no patients with COVID. In our clinic system, we continue to not see a lot of COVID-related illnesses. However, we encourage people, if they do have symptoms, to see their physician because there is treatment for a subset of patients who are at high risk if they are found to have an illness within the first 3 to 5 days. Being treated early with monoclonal antibodies has been helpful. Another thing, as we come up with everyone being eligible to receive a vaccine, we're encouraging everyone to get signed up so that hopefully we can get through this pandemic faster than other people around us. We we have a regional group that meets, and we met yesterday, and we are seeing not as many people signing up as we had hoped for these events. I know Capital Region has an event on Saturday that we are still trying to have patients get signed up. You can go to Capital Region's Facebook page for further details regarding that. But again, encourage everyone, especially with the Pfizer, if you're 16 and older, you're eligible. If you are 16 and 17, you would likely need a parent to be with you to sign up and make sure that you have the proper permissions. But again, we encourage everyone to sign up starting the end of this week and into next week. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Haight. Dr. Adams with SSM St. Mary's.
Good morning. St. Mary's likewise continues to have low numbers of active COVID patients in-house, so about 0 to 3 as well. And we're just thrilled to be part of this community collaboration, really proud of everyone in the community that's come together to do this centralized vaccination site, and I think it's going to be a tremendous success. So please take advantage of the resources that we've provided in our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Adams. Dr. Sullivan with the Community Health Center.
I just wanted to reiterate some concerns or some questions people might have about if you're homebound and you need a vaccine. So if you're 60 years and over or a homebound adult, and the covidvaccine.mo.gov defines homebound persons as those that need help of another person or medical equipment, such as crutches, a walker, or a wheelchair to leave their home, or their medical provider believes that their health or illness could get worse if they leave their home, and they typically do not leave their home. So if you're an individual that falls into that category, we would ask you to contact the local area agency on aging. And for Central Missouri, that would be Aging Best. And their phone number is 1-800-369-5211. And they can help provide those individuals with assistance with the vaccine registration. They can provide transportation resources, and they can also work with the health department to get you set up for a vaccination in your home if you qualify based on those criteria. So I just wanted to make sure everybody knew that was still available if you're in one of those categories.
Thank you, Dr. Sullivan. Ron with JCMG.
Morning. So like our other healthcare providers in the area, JCMG continues to see decreased numbers of patients that are presenting with COVID symptoms and for testing. We're excited to be a part of the opportunity for Cole County mass vaccination site, and we're also be continuing to provide vaccinations at our COVID vaccine clinic here as well. And just a reminder, I think there may have been some other confusion regarding the date, of course, of when all Missouri residents are eligible for vaccination. That would be tomorrow, April 9th. We've gotten several phone calls from patients thinking it was the 19th or the 14th, and maybe just some general confusion over some other dates that have been put out by the administration and some other organizations. But just to be clear, everyone is eligible starting tomorrow on the 9th. Thank you.
Thank you, Ron. Commissioner Bushman from the county.
Yeah, I just going to talk a little bit about the vaccination site. You know, you're hearing on the press about these huge mega vaccination events. Ours is going to be slow and steady. We've got this site for 4 months, and you know, go ahead and get registered. But you know, we're going to be doing at least 4 days a week. We've got 13 counties in Region F, so I think we're going to see citizens from our other counties coming to us as well. So this is for everybody. It's for all of our citizens who want to get vaccinated. You don't have to, you know, go stand in line for hours and hours. Make your appointment, and our approach is just a little bit different from the huge mega events. And again, I want to thank all of our partners that are on here, because you know, we're all going to be vaccinating our citizens, and you know, I think it's great. So thank you all.
Thank you, Commissioner Bushman. Mayor Turgeon.
Thank you. As the mayor, I have taken the advice of our trusted physicians and received my first dose of vaccine. Will receive my second one tomorrow, and also signed up at covidvaccine.mo.gov. It was very easy to do so. I appreciate the collaboration between everyone, and also emphasizing again that it is open to everyone tomorrow to register. They're certainly welcome to do that. We are glad that it will be open for all Missourians tomorrow to register and to make sure and seek out those opportunities to get your vaccine, listening to our trusted physicians as well, how important it is to get vaccinated. I also appreciate that everyone works together so that there are no barriers, whether it's transportation or whatever the needs may be, looking at the Cole County Health Department and Community Health Center working together so that there are no barriers, that everybody who would like to will be able to get their vaccine. So again, encouraging everyone to take the example, follow the lead of the mayor, and also listen to all of our trusted physicians here in our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Turgeon. I'm going to go back over my points again, because I know that some people joined right after we got started. So just remember, vaccines tomorrow, second dose at the link, come at the same time as you were on the 19th. The central vaccination site opens Monday at Capitol Mall. And vaccines are free of charge. I think that I had some questions about how much it was for a vaccine. There's no charge for the vaccine. Also, we will hold a press briefing at 8 a.m. at the mall location. If any of the members of the press would like to come and see the site before we get started with appointments at 9. And I will send out an email following this press briefing about that opportunity to see the site and ask questions. So at this time, if there's no comments from our panel, I will open it up for questions.
Christy, your last comment about the press briefing, that is Monday, correct?
Correct, Monday at 8 a.m. Thank you, Carrie. At the Capitol Mall location. It's on the south side of the mall between the two mall entrances. A lot of people know it as the Old Party City location. Gracie, did you have a question?
I did, Christy. I was just wondering if you're worried about vaccine availability since, you know, it's going to be opening up to just such a bigger population now.
At this time, we've been reassured by the Department of Health and Senior Services that that central vaccination site will receive 4,000 doses per week. Many of the other partners on this call also have their channels in which they order. Capital Region and St. Mary's are part of a high throughput hospital, so they receive an allocation separately. We can also receive some vaccine through our local public health agency Cadence, and JCMG and the Community Health Center also have different channels that they order vaccine. So at this time, we haven't received any notice that our vaccine availability will be limited. And we anticipate that those 4,000 doses have been guaranteed to us for that central vaccination site right now. I don't know if anybody else has any comments, but right now I'm not worried about the supply that we've been allocated.
One more question. What issues, I noticed that y'all put something out on your Facebook about, you know, people picking and choosing vaccines. What issues does that create when people try to pick and choose which vaccine they're going to get?
I think it just could delay them receiving their vaccine. If they're waiting for Johnson & Johnson and no provider has it, you know, we just encourage them to go ahead and take the Pfizer or the Moderna and not wait. It might just delay them becoming vaccinated.
Sorry, one more. Are you concerned about vaccine hesitancy at all with people not even just choosing, you know, picking and choosing vaccines, but just being hesitant to get the vaccine in general?
I think that everyone has been addressing that in their agencies, and we are concerned just because there has been some questions, but I think that the Department of Health and Senior Services is working on an educational campaign. And I might let Dr. Sullivan address. The Community Health Center has been working with some groups here in Jefferson City on some webinars and some education. So I might let her address that question a little bit too.
Yeah, I think there's definitely several community partners that are working together to try to address some of that vaccine hesitancy and making sure that we're getting information out to people and addressing their concerns, because we know that people have concerns. And so I think it's important for us to continue those discussions through those community groups to make sure we're talking to everybody and answering their questions so that they're ready to get the vaccine once they're comfortable with it.
I'm really happy too. I looked this morning and it looks like our vaccination rate for Cole County is at 29.3%. So we're doing very well considering that the majority of the population isn't eligible yet. So I'm very interested to see how our appointments fill up when everyone becomes eligible tomorrow.
Thank you. That's all the questions I have.
Thank you. Are there any other questions or any other final comments?
I'm just going to say I've had a lot of people I've been talking to who are traveling, are going to travel. And of course, they want to get vaccinated. I had a pilot in yesterday. He just got back from Idaho. And so he's already gone on the Navigator and he signed up to be vaccinated next week because, you know, there are a lot of people who want to travel, and I think they definitely need to be vaccinated before they do any travel at all.
And we would just encourage anyone, if they had questions about whether that or not the vaccine was appropriate for them, or they had any questions about the effectiveness, to contact their doctor. Their physician's going to know their history. They're going to be able to talk to them about why it's important for them and hopefully ease their fears and get them scheduled for appointments. So if people have questions and they don't feel comfortable, you know, reading the information on the internet or talking to their friends or family, I would encourage them to reach out to their physician. Okay. Well, if there's no further questions, I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see everybody either at the link or Monday at the new site. Have a great weekend.